Anyway, for who doesn't know me yet, allow me to present myself. My name is Giancarlo Zazzeri. It's a typical Italian Tuscany name. And I'm a senior holistic practitioner, professional counselor, metaphysicist, and shaman, and even a spiritual musical composer. I do shaman music, okay? And why am I here? Why am I here? Well, I'm here to let each one of you know that I'm going to be in Dubai very soon, from the 27th of June, to teach a very special method. I'm going to spend the whole entire month of June at a very special holistic center called Illuminations JLT to teach 4 levels of a very special energy healing modality called Transcendental Quantum Reiki, okay? And let's say that it is a very, very particular modality indeed. Yes, there is the name Reiki, but don't be confused. It's not any type of Reiki, okay? It is considered, let's say, a natural evolution of Reiki, or a natural evolution of the energy healing modalities based upon three principal qualities based upon, let's say, hypnosis, quantum physics, and shamanism. So let's say that this method is, what can I say, the synthesis of all my, let's say, holistic experience in spiritual research put together. It is, let's say, a very powerful metaphysical approach to energy healing, especially for the times that we are living in. So I can say that it is the modern version of energy healing of Reiki, okay? Because throughout my research, okay, I've seen so many modalities, I have experimented so many modalities, but I was thinking that, okay, we are culturally advancing in our times, okay? There are scientific breakthroughs. The vibrational frequency of the earth is rising. And of course, it is affecting our consciousness on collective level. And this means that new portals are opening up for humanity, dimensional portals. And through these dimensional portals, new methods are arriving. Since my childhood, I've already been channeling many methods because I've always been in a constant state of channeling advice from higher dimensions. This is me since my childhood. And of course, I've been harnessing this modality, this gift of mine throughout my holistic experience. And in the end, I channeled this method from who I consider 2 of my main spiritual guides. Okay, one is a very particular archangel called the Archangel Metatron. For who doesn't know the Archangel Metatron, because it isn't this archangel isn't mentioned a lot, okay? We all know the Archangel Michael, we all know the Archangel Raphael, we all know the Archangel Gabriel, Ratziel, and blah, blah, blah. But the Archangel Metatron, who can the Archangel Metatron really be? Okay, well, all I can say that this archangel is amongst the most powerful archangels. This archangel is, let's say, within the order of the seraphims. The seraphims are the most elevated angelical energies which are closest to the divine supreme spirit, okay? And the energy of this archangel is a very powerful, transformational, cleansing energy, which is known to be the ultraviolet fire of life and creation. And Transcendental Quantum Reiki is based on the principle of this energy. It is the reawakening energy of the cosmos that determines, let's say, all the evolutive processes of all the beings throughout the cosmos. So it is the energy that spawns life to evolve throughout the cosmos, where the first sign of evolution is the reawakening of the consciousness, the expansion of the consciousness. So the energy of the Archangel Metatron provokes this type of effect. And now we have this energy assisting each one of us, assisting all of humanity, okay? It is the energy of transcendence, to transcend all the illusions of the past, which is old, to propel us or to project us, let's say, towards a new paradigm of ourselves, a new existential paradigm where from the limited 3D paradigm, we are going towards a higher dimensional existential paradigm. So this energy is conveying us, filtering away all what isn't needed anymore, what keeps us back. This is why there are many people who feel different now. They are questioning themselves. They feel that they haven't made right choices in their lives. Why? Because it's a question of going back to the times where we were totally truthful and authentic to ourselves, okay? Being truthful to ourselves, knowing exactly what taking choices truly means. And that means not living a life according to the expectations of other people anymore, according to the expectations of society, to family, according to how they want to see us. How do we truly want to see ourselves, okay? This is the question. And when we start to understand this question, then we start to understand what transcendence from the old paradigm is about, and we start to take authentic choices fearlessly, without the fear of being judged, without the fear of making mistakes, because we are truthful to ourselves. And when we are truthful to ourselves, we will never make mistakes because we are going back to our divine perfection. This is how people were from the times of Atlantis. The Atlantean people were this way, but somehow throughout the history of humanity, something occurred that pulled down the vibrational frequency of humanity. From being Atlantean light beings ready to go forward beyond Earth to become a galactic thriving being, something occurred and pulled humanity down. But now we have another occasion. The energy of the Archangel Metatron is coming back. And the Earth is being practically irradiated by this energy from the very center of the galaxy. And it has started from the year 2012, 21st of December, that famous momentum where the galactic alignment has occurred. So now we are receiving this energy from the galactic core, which is changing the energy of planet Earth. And the energy of planet Earth, the planetary consciousness of planet Earth has been risen, and now it is affecting each one of us, and we are questioning ourselves. Where shall we go from here? What can I do to change my life? A global planetary cleansing is occurring. And of course, the social system is going into crisis. The political systems are going into crisis. All sorts of, let's say, all the systems that regards human history are going into crisis, because practically they are part of an old world which has nothing to do with this new energy now, okay? Why is COVID breaking out, for an example? It is part of the process, it is part of the change. All the things that are happening in the world, it is a transitional moment. We are practically living a stormy moment, but it is a very powerful transitional moment that is preparing us to receive a higher vibrational level of energy that will determine our next step of evolution. So this is what Transcendental Quantum Reiki is all about. It is a method that attunes us directly to this energy, to elevate our consciousness, to cleanse us from the past, and to embrace the higher masculine and feminine energy of creation of the cosmos, okay? Which is the golden ray and the silver ray, which will be described during the 4 levels of the course that I am proposing. It is a method that has been, let's say, channeled and developed to create new generational energy healers, okay? So what does this mean? What does a new generational healer really mean? Now, until now, we have known many methods who is already in the holistic environment, okay? But the methods that we have experimented until now regards how we should attune ourselves to the divine, in accordance to who we were in the past, in accordance to the old energy of the earth, the old humanity. But now, this opportunity is knocking on the doors of the hearts of each one of us to go forward, to go beyond the boundaries of an old spiritual vision, to be pioneers of the unknown again, like the times of Atlantis, and to formulate, to feel and to channel and to develop new spiritual perspectives, and a new vision of ourselves based upon quantum physics, based upon, let's say, the metaphysical way, which is quantum physics, okay? So this is what is happening. And this is what Transcendental Quantum Reiki is all about. It is a method that attunes us to the highly powerful divine energy of the Absolute, through the energy of the Archangel Metatron, that then conveys us through the higher masculine and feminine energy of the cosmos, to then touch and transcend the divine energy of the Great Spirit, of God, Allah, Manitou, that I like to call the divine singularity, into our human level of existence. We can feel it within ourselves. We are becoming portals. And then from that point, we are conveying this energy into our hands, and you are holding within your hands the very heart of the universe, a divine singularity of infinite possibilities that can practically be anything, and gives you the access to obtain amazing results in your healing modality, because it is an upgrade. But beyond this, the results that it brings to people as well. I've had students from many parts of the world, like New York. I've had students in New York. I've had students from Chicago. I've been teaching this method in Australia, Canada, and now I'm bringing it to Dubai again with all the 4 levels. And all the students that have learned this level of K, all the students that have learned this level have seen very fast, profound, rapid changes in their lives. They have transcended from one state to another. And I've had many professional holistic practitioners in Reiki, of course, Reiki masters that have come to my course, and even people who have never ever experimented energy healing at all. They have just come into my course because it is a totally new method at the same time, from level 1, okay, step by step. So no worries if you haven't practiced energy healing. If you come into level 1, that means that you are ready. It is a calling, okay? It opens up your channels. Well, all I can say that the capabilities of who was already in energy healing have been furtherly amplified. Especially the people in USA, they were amazed about it, okay? And that's where the word Reiki came out, because most of the practitioners that have learned the method in America were Reiki practitioners. The original name was called Transcendental Quantum Healing. And during the 2nd level, my students were telling me, they were insisting, why don't you put the name Reiki in front of it? Because after all the results that we have obtained, the clients are just, wow, what's going on here? Things are changing for the best. We personally consider it the natural evolution of Reiki. And I looked at them and said, no, I don't. Initially, I didn't agree on this, okay? Because as we know, there are too many versions of Reiki, because this modality is unique in a certain way. I like to conserve its uniqueness, and it represents even personally my holistic identity, okay? And it invites people in, it invites practitioners to develop their own holistic identity as well, because it is an open method of infinite possibilities. And I said no initially, and I told them, keep on practicing. I do not agree, okay? I understand your points of views, but I do not agree. Anyway, while they were practicing, a strange thing occurred in the class, okay? There was the photo of the founder of Usui Reiki, Mr. Usui, his photograph, okay, right there in front of me. And suddenly, while they were practicing, I went into a state of trance, because since my childhood, I had this tendency of going into trance and channeling messages from spirit world and spiritual concepts and knowledge. And the room became cloudy. All became cloudy, and my students were like shadows in the fog. But the only thing that remained was the photo of Usui. Okay, and it was like a portal, a magnet, and suddenly a breeze of air came through his photograph, and I felt a hand touching my shoulder, and I turned around and I saw this chubby man with a pair of glasses and a big hand touching my shoulder, and he looked at me and said, listen, yes, why don't you listen to your students, because they're not only your students, they're mine as well, because they have learned my modality. Okay, and why are you telling me this? Well, everything evolves in time. Everything changes in time. There is the caterpillar that becomes a cocoon, and then from the cocoon, a butterfly comes out. But it is never like a caterpillar, okay? It is something totally different. The times have changed. Be courageous. You can even put the word Reiki in front of it. It is different to Reiki. It is another modality, but it is an evolution. Everything changes in time. We must accept and embrace the change if we want to truly evolve fearlessly. And I thought, okay, it may create a bit of misinterpretations, but okay, I understand. I still have to think about it. And then suddenly I came out of my trance, and the students have finished practicing. I don't know how much time passed, and they were all looking at me worried, and one wanted to bring me a glass of water because I was just there coming out of trance, and they told me, what's happening, Giancarlo? What happened to you? I thought that you fainted. And I told them the experience, and they were all going, yeah, finally, good, it is a good sign. Please, please, please put the word Reiki. And they insisted so much, and in the end, I decided to call it Transcendental Quantum Reiki. Okay, Transcendental Quantum Reiki, which is the quantum alchemy of the Archangel Metatron, to transcend from the old to the new, for the evolution of our consciousness, okay? And of course, what are we going to learn? We are going to learn a very particular thing. I'm going to share the screen because I've got some slides to show to you, of course, okay? Can you see my drawings, okay? This is my drawing of the Archangel Metatron, the custodian of the universal knowledge of the divine universal knowledge, the dispenser of the creative power of the divine singularity, the supreme energy. And as you can see, there is a geometrical pattern, but don't worry about how it's complicated. Don't worry about it, because there's nothing complicated here, okay? It's just to make us understand this is the soul. This is the multidimensional structure of the consciousness. This is the universe and the multiverse. This is the quantum structure of all of creation. And we are going to understand its mystery. And what is this all about? Until now, we have understood that we have 7 chakras, okay? Basically 7 chakras in our astral body. But how about the higher heart chakra? Where has that gone? Okay, we are talking about a chakra which is between the throat chakra and the lower heart chakra. It is right in our thymus. The higher heart chakra is the center of our spirituality, is the center of infinite possibilities. It is what makes us a portal of infinite possibilities towards higher dimensional realms. It is the temple of who we are as divine singularity. And this is the higher heart chakra. It is the Metatron cube. It is the heart of the universe within everything, from the infinitely great to our human level of existence, to the very hearts of the atoms and beyond. And what does this mean? The first thing to understand in T.Q.R. and what the Archangel Metatron tells us, that this is our authentic self. We are the infinite encased in infinite spaces, and these infinite spaces are infinite dimensions, from the infinitely great to the infinitely small. So that makes us a divine singularity, the infinite encased in infinite spaces. So we are not only us in our human level of existence, we are practically everything, from the infinitely small to the atoms, to the cells, to who we are, to all the living creatures on earth, all of nature, the consciousness of nature, planetary consciousness. We are planet Earth, we are the solar system, we are the stars, we are the galaxies, we are a whole entire universe, we are a multiverse and beyond. This is who we are. And this is the sacred geometry of life. This is what the Metatron cube is telling us, which is also known to be the merkaba of life, okay? So we are going to learn to activate that part of ourselves, because that was the part that was activated since the times of Atlantis, okay? And through there, we are going to learn to use that part of ourselves to transcend that supreme energy for our own personal evolution and to help others to transcend, to evolve consciously, okay, with their consciousness. And yes, once this is activated, of course, it raises the vibrational frequency of our consciousness. This energy here all around us is called torus field, and this is the structure. This is the let's say the complete structure of our aura, which scientists call the torus field. It is the energy field of our consciousness, and this energy field gets elevated. And once this is activated, you convey the energy of the Supreme Divine from above and from below, and you can feel it within your hands. And now, in the end, you are manifesting the very structure of creation with the supreme energy in between your hands. And this is, let's call it the divine instrument that you will learn to manifest in between your hands to use for yourself and on others. And once you learn to manifest energy on this level, yes, you have access to working on the akashic fields of other people. Even on your akashic fields, you have access to reprogramming the DNA on other people, even on yourself, of course. And you have access to operate total karmical cleansings of the souls on other people, freeing the souls from all the illusion of karma to put them into their authentic state of Dharma, which is light, connection with the whole, transcendence, okay? And this is what Transcendental Quantum Reiki is all about. And now let me talk about the 4 levels, okay? What are we going to do in these 4 levels, starting from level 1? I'm going to go through the draft. Let's go through the draft together, okay? So that way we're not missing out anything in this webinar, okay? Level 1, T.Q.R. practitioner, Transcendental Quantum Reiki practitioner, okay? It regards sacred geometry, high heart chakra activation, and connection with the supreme energy of love and peace, divine singularity. What are we going to do in level 1? Understanding the higher heart chakra and the infinite energy of creation. This is what's going to happen in level 1. We are going to understand the ultraviolet flame of life as a highly powerful cleansing energy. We are going to learn to understand the sacred geometry and the merkaba of life. You are going to go through the process of karma burning and aura cleansing with the merkaba of life and the flame of life. Karma burning means letting go of all the illusions of the past lives in a very fast and rapid way through the energy of the Archangel Metatron. We will see images of past lives coming and going and turning to light, where you are neutral and in the state of compassion in this fire, okay? You will learn quantum power formations with a higher heart chakra activation, which is very powerful mantras, okay, where you will work on a very specific shaman exercise, okay, which will further activate you. You will go for a high level of grounding and shielding, okay, which means going to your perfect state of neutrality, where you will attune yourself to the new higher energy level of Mother Earth, okay? This is an attunement to the new energy of Mother Earth, okay? And there will be the T.Q.R. attunement and reawakening, understanding energy on quantum level, which are called gravitational waves. You will learn to operate T.Q.R. on yourself, okay? Because the most important thing is learning to be the healer of yourself, okay? Before giving to people. You will reawaken your intuitive power for energy diagnosis. You will learn telepathic projection of pure intent from the third eye. We will look at this as well. And of course, you will learn to prepare people to receive T.Q.R. through deep trance relaxation methods. So this is the hypnotical part, okay? And then you will learn to partner with yourselves. We will learn to do T.Q.R. amongst ourselves, of course, and feel the energy. And this is a very powerful moment indeed, okay? And of course, there will be the distant T.Q.R. healing and remote viewing, okay? Where you will learn to astrally project your consciousness to the place where the person needs to receive T.Q.R. and in astral form, do T.Q.R. on that person and receive information at the same time, which is the remote viewing part, okay? So for an example, you're doing a distant healing to a person, you don't know where the person is, you don't know exactly, but you're feeling the energy of the person, you're projecting your consciousness to the place where the person is, but you can see exactly where the person is sitting down, for an example, and you're operating that energy modality on the person. And when you're back, you know that the person was laying down on a brown couch, for an example, okay? And you're capturing all the issues which the energy was working on, okay? You are practically getting to know the issues which the energy is working on, and you can share to the person how the energies are working on that person, okay? I feel that the energy is working on your anger, and through your anger, I feel that it comes from your childhood because you were bullied by from your cousin and your parents didn't care. How do you know all these things? Well, while I was doing T.Q.R, the divine singularity, the energy was showing me all these things, and this is where it's working. These are experiences that you will live during the first level, okay? And then there is the level 2, okay? In level 2, I have decided to integrate kinesiology into T.Q.R and the divine alignment of the vertebrates with the merkaba of life, okay? Kinesiology is a very special muscle test, and it helps us to integrate the subconscious mind, to understand all the hidden unresolved issues within the subconscious mind, okay? It's practically bypassing the rational mind, and you're interrogating the soul to discover all the unresolved issues, okay? But through this process, you are tuning yourself to certain energy frequencies. So you are refining T.Q.R to certain energy frequencies of the universe called angelical frequencies, okay? So from that moment on level 2, through the kinesiological test, it is a way to tune yourself to certain energies, which are called angelical energies, that are practically the necessary energies to precisely resolve certain issues. For an example, you are capturing fear through the kinesiological test, okay? And through T.Q.R, you learn to tune to the energy of Michael, because the energy of Metatron is a portal that then permits you to attune yourself to all the energy frequencies of the cosmos, all the angelical frequencies, because the energy of the Archangel Metatron is the supervising energy of all the other angelical frequencies. So now you are capturing fear through the kinesiological test, and now you are tuning yourself to the energy of Michael, and through T.Q.R, through the merkaba of life, which is within you, you are attracting the energy of Michael that then goes directly to resolve the core issue of fear. Okay, this is an example, a quick example. Of course, you're going to go through other activating and methods like active karma burning and aura cleansing with the merkaba of life, which means working with the fire of Metatron through deep shamanic breathings. And there will be my music as well and my throat chanting to accompany this part, okay? Of course, there will be the understanding of the subconscious mind. You will understand the 14 energy points and kinesiology, which is necessary for that process. You will learn to understand how to balance your biomagnetic energy, okay? There will be the learning of the kinesiological test, of course. You will understand the higher energies of the universe. You will learn how to attune yourself with the higher energies of the universe with kinesiology. You will learn to channel the higher energies of the universe through T.Q.R on a very amplified level. And there will be the understanding of the quantum principle of reality. And then you will learn the divine alignment of the vertebrates with the merkaba of life, which is very interesting indeed. The divine alignment of the vertebrates means practically that you will see how T.Q.R works on physical level. We are all born with something which is wrong with our vertebrates, okay? Because we all, from our birth, we absorb the negativities of the unresolved issues of our parents, of course, and our past generations. And this causes some sort of negative effect on our bone structure, on our vertebrates, okay? It creates a displacement of the vertebrates of our hips. And through T.Q.R, an epigenetical cleansing will occur, of course. And what will happen? The vertebrates will go back into alignment. The shoulder blades will go back into alignment. The hips and everything, and the vertebrates will be elongated. People can gain even more height through this process. And if one foot is longer than the other, the feet will go back to their place as well. So it's very interesting as well, okay? And now, level 3, we are going more onto the quantum level, okay? With level 3, we will learn advanced chakra cleansing, environmental cleansing, and astral projection of the consciousness with the merkaba, okay? And in level 3, we will learn the quantum touch, how to feel the subtle energies of the cosmos in the environments. We will learn how to do a diagnosis of environmental energies with the quantum touch, feel how the energy of the environment is with quantum touch, okay? And we will learn how to cleanse the energies of environments using the T.Q.R modality. We will learn how to understand the anatomy of the astral body. We will understand the 13 chakras, because now the astral body is upgrading itself. So we have 13 chakras now, okay? So we're going to activate these 13 chakras, okay? We will learn to feel the energies of these chakras, and we will practically do a diagnosis of these 13 chakras with the quantum touch to understand how to activate them and to expand their energies, okay? And of course, this means even the cleansing field, the cleansing and healing of these chakras, of course. There will be the third eye attunement of the astral vision, for astral vision. We will undergo the crystalline body activation, because of course the astral body in these new times with this new energy of Mother Earth through what is happening should undergo an evolution, an activation to its crystalline state, okay? This is how the astral body was in the times of Atlantis, okay? And then, of course, we will learn to project the consciousness in the form of the merkaba within the astral body of ourselves and inside people to undergo, let's say, a sort of microcosmical quantum healing within people, okay? And this is very interesting. We will learn to project our consciousness as a merkaba, as a mini vehicle of light, and go inside the astral body of the person and start going inside the chakras and doing cleansing of the person on astral level. And you can even go inside the akashal field and do soul cleansing and travel like a time traveler, okay, to put right the past lives of the person, sending this beautiful light of Metatron and the divine singularity as the merkaba of life itself, okay? This is very, very interesting indeed, okay? And then, of course, you will learn to do, let's say, DNA cleansing on a higher level, of course, okay? There will be a higher level of DNA cleansing, healing and reprogramming through this process as well, okay? And then there is level 4, which is the T.Q.R Master Practitioner. Help, okay? This is really great, okay? And of course, we're talking about advanced quantum surgery, astro travel with the merkaba, and advanced remote healing, okay? Now, here we are going to understand where we are going. It is a glance into the future, okay, to understand how the higher light beings work. And this is where we are going as well. And what are we going to learn in the 4th level? The advanced understanding of the soul, the astral body, the emotional body, and the physical body on DNA level. We are going to learn to understand the advanced principles of quantum surgery. We are going to understand how to manifest the higher version of the merkaba as a powerful healing environment. We are going to even understand advanced notions of the chakras, because there is a higher and more advanced notions of the chakras, okay, and how to operate on them to activate them, of course, okay, because they have orbitals like atoms, okay. We're going to learn to summon our 12 spiritual assistants for quantum surgery, because while we are operating quantum surgery, we're going to learned how to, let's say, summon 12 light beings from higher dimensions that will assist us as well during the process around the person. Okay? How to operate the soul and astral body from the physical body and work on them separately in a highly advanced way inside the merkaba. So the merkaba now is your environment, it's your room, it's your vehicle, okay? And you have this person lying in the center of it, and you're operating on physical level, on soul level, on astral level, and you have these 12 beings of light around you, suggesting you what to do and where to go, okay? So it's very amazing indeed, okay? Of course, you're going to learn to do self-T.Q.R. on yourself, of course, okay? Because it is very important to be the healer of yourself. And then you will learn to partner with other people and to practice amongst yourselves, this modality. And then, of course, you'll learn how to travel with the merkaba, with the higher version of the merkaba, throughout other dimensions, okay? To go into other places and visit other places, to do long-distance quantum surgery. And of course, we will even experiment time travel in the 4th level. So yes, it sounds like science fiction, but believe me, it is an amazing experience. It is true. We have to open our mind now to this type of approach. It is time, okay? And I am that crazy guy sharing these things, okay? And you need courage to share these things. And of course, I totally believe in this, and I'm sharing it out. And feel free to believe and accept it as well. Feel prepared to accept this approach now, because the time is mature. To be a student of this, all you need is an open mind. And things will work in such a beautiful, harmonious way, okay? And now, after all this chitter-chatter, okay, I would like to know if someone has, let's say, any questions to ask, okay?
I do have a question, if it's possible.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, I believe all what you said, I believe it, but I see it in another perspective because of my religion maybe, or because of my background. I really believe that we can do what you are saying. I believe it 100%. But I believe something else, that not everyone can do it, even after taking these 4 steps. I mean, these levels. This is the first thing. Second thing, I would like really to know, I am sure that from, like you said, from your childhood, you had so many divine experience, and I believe it. I know that, you know, from my heart, I know that's true, that you are a spiritual individual and that your experience is true. I feel it. But I would like to know, as a scientist, I would like to know if you had a physical results. For example, if you did all this surgeries, or just a small intervention, like we say, you tried to help someone. Did you see it?
Well,
in you understand what I mean?
Yes.
The blood results, with MRI. Have you seen changes, real changes?
Well, I can share my experience, okay? I've had different receivers. I don't like to call people clients, but receivers, okay?
Yeah.
Because we have to see it in the spiritual way, not clients, but receivers, okay?
Yeah.
All I can say that the students from level 1, they have all come out with profound changes, okay, that continue to go onwards in their lives. But for me as a practitioner, I have seen results on an autistic child. I've seen results on a child that had leukemia, and I've seen results on an actual receiver here in Italy that had cancer, and the cancer has stopped. You understand?
Wow.
And these are really amazing results. Let me share a story about a child, an autistic child in Australia. Okay.
Yeah.
His father was a famous architect, and he didn't know where to bring his child anymore. And he had this 9-year-old child, autistic, and he was creating problems at school. And you know, autistic children, they're very difficult to manage. And he took him to me. And of course, autistic children can't stay still, because of course, through this method, there's the hypnotical part. You have to learn, you have to put the person into a state of relaxation, deep state of relaxation, into a hypnotical state. It breaks that, to break down a rational mind where there is no resistance at all. And then you go into the T.Q.R modality and send that energy. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, of course, I told the father to hold his child, where he would be a surrogate of the child in this case, because in this case, he is the surrogate of the child if the child can't stay still. So he was put into a profound state of relaxation in this case. And through him as a surrogate, I was doing T.Q.R, transmitting the energy to his child. Okay. All I can say that after 1 week, things changed. And this child was receiving even appraisals. Okay, sorry about the English, because sometimes I do mistakes.
My English is worse than yours.
And this child was receiving appraisals and merits, because for his behavior, he became a model student. Okay, and this was really an amazing result. And I'm still in contact with him sometimes, and he's telling me that his child is growing up nicely now. Okay, and you know, day after day, he noticed that the autistic effects were going away, and the child was more into control of himself. Okay, and this was a very amazing result, because autistic children, they've got an overcharge of energy. They can't manage this energy. The autonomic nervous system is in tilt for too much energy. They are open portals, and too much energy is coming through. So what did T.Q.R do? The T.Q.R brought a balance into his aspect, into his energetical aspect, and the nervous system started to receive less overcharge of energy from the universe, let's say, and he started to feel more calm and in peace with himself. In USA, another child, she had leukemia. She did a few sessions with me, and now, and I'm talking about something like 3 or 4 years ago, and now she's out of it. She's out of it for quite a long time now. She came out of it quite quickly after the sessions, and she's a normal child now, growing up and living a normal life, of course. And here in Italy, of course, I'm having beautiful results with a receiver here. Her cancer has stopped, and she just has to go through a detoxifying program to remove the detoxifying effects of the tremendous medicines that she has been taking, okay, to cure her cancer. So this is my experience, okay? And there are many other experiences, like a friend of mine. She's a psychotherapist of Milan, okay? When I knew her for the first time, she was in such a terrible state, a really terrible state. She was so skinny. She had pains in her neck. She couldn't even keep the weight of her head, and she was going around with a collar, and her blood values were totally out of line. You know, yeah. She was in such a terrible state. And I told her, this was the first moment where I was experimenting T.Q.R, because of course, being a metaphysicist, I live in between science and spirituality, okay? And this means having a universal perspective of spirituality, because T.Q.R has no religion. It is universal, okay? There is no religion in T.Q.R. It's for all cultural backgrounds, okay? It's the science of the spirit, it's metaphysics. And of course, you know, I tried it on many people first, and I used to run a holistic school, okay, different holistic schools in Italy, trying it on my students before really saying, okay, we can share it out. And she was amongst the first. And I said, let's try this modality, okay? And she tried it. Of course, I did this modality to her. And in her meditation, in her relaxation phase, she met a parallel self of hers. That was the perfect version of herself, totally healthy. And she was integrating on DNA level the energy of this parallel self of hers, okay? She shared this to me. After 4 days, she removed her collar. And after a week, she went to the hospital. Her blood values were perfect and the doctors couldn't explain. And after 1 month, she physically changed from being so skinny and so unhealthy looking. She turned up to be a very attractive looking woman and people couldn't recognize her anymore. And from having no clients, she has become one of the most famous psychotherapists of Milan. Okay. And
how many sessions? Sorry, how many sessions you did with her?
I did only 1 session and this happened, okay? But it's subjective really, okay? Because it depends how the person is ready to receive, okay?
Yeah.
How a person is ready to receive.
Yeah.
She was in a total state of trust, having an open mind, not questioning. And then somehow the miracle occurs, okay? So this is what T.Q.R does, and it's so amazing. It amazes me as well. For an example, I use it on myself quite regularly. And I've noticed that being at the age of 51, working with the energy of the Archangel Metatron, that keeps me up on the vibrational level of the highest energy of the masculine and the feminine, okay? Which here in the Occident is known to be the Christical energy and the energy of Mary Magdalene, okay? But we're talking about the feminine and the masculine of spirituality, the highest vibrational masculine feminine energy of creation, okay? You know, I do gym, I do workout, but at the age of 51, I'm doing workouts as if I'm 30, you understand? My cardio is great. You know, it's as if that the biological watch has slowed down, okay, has consistently slowed down. And this is the effect that it does to people as well, if they totally believe and if they are consistent with the exercise of T.Q.R on themselves as well, you know, just sitting down in the merkaba. It's there, you're expanding it around and then it's spinning and then it's elevating the vibrational frequency of your consciousness. You're in this ultraviolet golden and silver light and you're meditating, you're contemplating. This is the effect that it creates in time, you understand?
The other question, if I have time, I can do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
The critical question for me, that how you are sure that no malefic identity gonna use that portals.
Now, this is a question, this is for everyone, okay? We have to understand that knowledge is knowledge, and knowledge is neither good and neither bad. Okay, it's simply knowledge. What I'm sharing out is the same type of knowledge that even many other, let's say, organizations use as well, because, you know, if we go and see, if we're talking about secret organizations, the Freemasons, of course, there's the light side of the Freemasons and there is the dark side of the Freemasons, okay, these secret organizations that are behind the politics. Now I'm talking about, now I'm going into, let's say, the hidden part of society, okay? The type of knowledge that I'm sharing in T.Q.R is the same knowledge that these people use as well, okay? Understand? But now, the vibrational frequency has changed. We are more open now, and the universe is sending down this knowledge to us now, okay? You don't have to be amongst these elite people. You don't have to be amongst the elite to know this type of stuff anymore, because humanity globally, collectively now, is on the verge of evolving. So what was kept secret now is being revealed from the universe itself, okay? So this is the good news, but we have to understand that knowledge is neither good or neither bad. It depends upon you. We choose, it's free, arbitrary. Okay, obviously I teach people to use this knowledge in a proper way, in a good way. We go through activation processes, we go through cleansing processes to elevate the awareness of people, to understand that, yes, using this knowledge in the good way puts you on the right track to evolve in the most authentic of ways, okay? Otherwise, if you use certain knowledge in a negative way, there's always the backlash. Okay, the universe is a mirror. And whatever you do in life comes back to you like a boomerang, or in a good way, or in a negative way. But we have to be responsible for ourselves. And in either way, it's a learning curve to teach us to be responsible of ourselves. Okay? So this is what it's all about. Well, let's say that, thank you for the questions, okay? And
welcome. Thank you.
okay, and if anyone else has a question to ask, that's fine. If not, I would like to share a meditation, okay? And after the meditation, I'm going to share the price, of course, the more technical part, the more yucky part, okay, the price. Help, okay? Anyway, does anyone else?
Sorry, if no one has a question, can I ask the last question, please?
Okay, we have time for the last question.
And when you are in this process, how you protect yourself from the bad spirits? Do you understand what I think? What I mean?
Okay.
You are in a holy state, but so many bad spirits are there. How you protect yourself in this when you are doing the practice and out of this in your life of every day?
Let me
because
share.
I finish this. When you do this, you have enemies, from the dark. You understand what I mean? From the bad spirits, you have enemies. When you do good, you have enemies. How you protect yourself in daily life and during your practice?
Let me share something, okay? Do you remember this picture that I showed a few minutes ago? Okay.
Yes.
Now, me being scientist as well, because I've got the scientific mind as well, we have to understand that spirituality is even a question of culture, right?
Yeah.
Bad spirits, good spirits is a question of culture. Now, T.Q.R teaches us that we are the supreme energy, living an experience through time and space, learning to understand itself and learning to remember who it is. This is who we are. And the more we learn to remember that this is us, the more we understand that the bad spirits or the good spirits are, let's say, scientifically explaining, archetypical fragments of unresolved issues of our subconscious mind that we manifest throughout our everyday modality of life. We have the tendency to become victims of ourselves, okay? And we don't realize it. And what does culture teach us? Spiritual culture, that we are victims of an energy that is external to us, that is attacking us and inquinating our energy field and inquinating our soul. While in reality, the universe, creation, the soul is the greatest mirror of life. When we have an unresolved issue within ourselves, we live certain experiences through life. Certain things occur, and we think that we have bad luck. We think that we are struck by a malediction. But in reality, it is the result of an inner process of an unresolved issue within ourselves that manifests throughout life, where life itself is mirroring a lesson that we have to understand within ourselves. That means claim back your power. Stop being a victim of what you think is an external attack, because you are the battlefield of yourself. You are warring against yourself. Good and evil is you. You have the power to choose. You understand? This is the breakthrough that we have to understand. That way, we clear ourselves from the greatest of all illusions, which is fear. Because it is fear that makes us think that we are victims of voodoo, for an example, okay? Someone in an old hut in the middle of the jungle has stolen our hair, and now he has this doll and stuck our hair onto this doll, and he's putting pins in that doll, and we are just there going, each ouch, 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 ouch. My ass is hurting, my backside is hurting, because he's putting pins there, right? Why am I reasoning like this? Because I was born in Tahiti, for an example, and I was grown up in this culture, and now I am susceptible to this type of influence because the mind is so powerful, and I'm open to be a victim of this type of mental influence, and I am somatizing on physical level what I believe in on subconscious level. When I receive another type of teaching to make me understand that it's all the subconscious mind that powers the mind to make me attract certain things in life, I have understood a very consistent thing, that it is me being the worst enemy of myself, okay? And this is an example. When the Marines, for an example, years ago, the American Marines went to invade Tahiti, the Tahitians said, "We are going to beat you with our voodoo," okay? But culturally, the American Marines were totally different to them. So certain things didn't enter their mind space and nothing at all happened to them. But how comes it happens only to them, to the Tahitians? Because they are totally hypnotized into this concept, okay? And, you know, this is how culture, this is how society works on us as well. If you live in your modern day society and you feel driven to buy a product, why do you feel driven to buy a product? Because you have been bombarded with subliminal messages constantly, because this is the sublimination of the mind, okay? And now unconsciously, you don't realize it, unconsciously you have this urge to get that product because you have been bombarded subliminally by advertisements and by all sorts of messages. And now you're stopping in front of a shop. You didn't have the idea with your mind to buy it, but now you're stopping in front of the shop and suddenly you're buying this product, okay? This is how things works. This is an example. Like in religion, here, people believe in heaven and hell, okay? And now they believe that they are a sinner, and believing that they are a sinner, they fear God, the punishment of God. And of course, why they fear the punishment of God? Because what does it mean being a sinner? Practically, you're not believing in your purity. You're not believing that the soul is originally pure in its concept. But someone has made you believe that your soul is impure because you are a sinner. Throughout your human experience, you have done something that has made your soul impure and you're not worthy to go to heaven, for example, okay? And many people here still live in this fear, okay? And what do they attract in their lives? Let's say they attract many sort of episodes in their lives that reflects their fear. And they are limiting their perspective of reaching even their goals in life because they don't feel worthy of reaching their goals, because they think that even reaching a goal in life is displeasing God, okay? So we all have to stay the way we are and God is happy. But in reality, does this concept of heaven and hell really exist? I believe that it all depends on the vibrational frequency of our soul, how we are with ourselves, okay? We are the creators of our own heaven. We are the creators of our own hell. It's a question of the vibrational frequency of the soul, okay? We are the divine, living an experience through time and space, learning to remember who we are, okay? This is what it's all about. As God and Allah is all around us, God and Allah is our cells, is our DNA, is our atoms, is our soul. It's us, okay? And we are let's say, we are the personification of infinite possibilities of the same supreme divine energy. When we start to understand this, we are far beyond the concept of the old ways. Now we are making a breakthrough and we are evolving, okay?
Okay.
This is my perspective.
Thank you.
Okay, now I would like to share with each one of you a nice meditation, okay, before going forward, and a meditation to make us understand where we come from, okay? Since we are the infinite encased in infinite spaces, a meditation that brings us back to seeing the infinitely small within ourselves, to discover that within there is the infinite energy of the Supreme Source. We are this energy. We are meditating in this energy, okay? So are you all ready to experience this meditation? Yes? Does anyone else have a quick question? Are you all okay? Can you all hear me? All is good? All is fine? Okay, perfect. I'm going to share some musical background for this meditation. To help relax the mind, okay? And I'm going to do a sound trial. Can you hear the musical background? Can you hear my voice? Okay. This is music composed by me, okay? So now, all you have to do is follow my initial guidance. Where you will close your eyes only when I tell you to do so. Music is a bit low. Okay, thank you for letting me know. One moment. The music shouldn't be too high though, okay? Because you should hear my voice as well at the same time. So may we begin. Now, all you have to do is follow my initial guidance, where you will close your eyes only when I tell you to do so. If someone has their microphone on, can you please turn off your microphone? That way, there won't be any other sounds interfering with the meditation. Thank you very much. Now, all you have to do is make yourself comfortable. You can lay down or you can stay seated. And while doing so, keep your eyes open, where you will close your eyes only when I tell you to do so. So now keep your eyes open. Just look in front of yourself and relax every single muscle of your body. Relax the muscles of your arms, your legs, your shoulders. And now that you are feeling comfortably relaxed with your physical body, I am going to count until 5, because 5 is the number of divine connection and transcendence. And each time that I count, you will profoundly inhale and exhale. And only when you hear me say 5, you will take one last deep breath, inhaling profoundly and exhaling, and thereafter you may close your eyes and relax. So 1, inhale profoundly and exhale. 2, inhale profoundly and exhale. 3, inhale profoundly and exhale. 4, inhale profoundly and exhale. And 5, take one last deep breath, inhale profoundly, exhale and close your eyes and relax now. Relax. relax and let yourself go in total trust. Trusting my guidance. Hearing my voice, which is like the voice of a distant spirit coming from the breeze of the wind, the cosmic breeze of the stars, the breeze of the change, of peace, love. And while you are starting to relax yourself, imagine yourself meditating on top of a high mountain under a beautiful, beautiful night sky full of stars. Millions and trillions of stars forming the Milky Way. The Milky Way, for our ancestors, was known to be the pathway to the heavens. The Aztecs and the Mayans used to call it the Golden Way, the Rio Dorado. It is reflected in your heart as the pathway of the soul to its spiritual enlightenment. Relax on top of that mountain under the night sky. Contemplate this moment. Feeling the breeze, the gentle breeze of the wind. Bring a sensation of peace and calmness around you. Entering your heart. And feel this breeze vortexing upwards into your mind. Caressing your mind to calm your mind. Where all the negative energies like stress, tension, and all sorts of thoughts accumulated during these days, months and years are just blown away from your head, from all your neurons, by this gentle breeze coming from the stars, entering your heart and vortexing upwards into your head. And see all the thoughts and stress and anxiety and all sorts of negative energies just abandoning you like dust, vortexing upwards into the night sky full of stars, where the universe is taking away what isn't needed anymore. All is transformed to light. All goes back to the state of love and peace. And connect yourself to your breathing. Feel how you are breathing in such a calm and gentle way, where you are feeling more and more relaxed now. More and more relaxed. This is the moment now to go beyond, to go deep. Now focus your attention towards the very center of your brain. This is where the pineal gland resides, your third eye. And feel it and imagine it like a crystal pyramid, irradiating the colors of the rainbow. And feel your third eye, this crystal pyramid in the center of your brain, attracting you like a powerful magnet, where the energy of your consciousness from your physical level, your human level of existence now, is starting to shrink towards the third eye. And you're having the sensation of becoming smaller and smaller, shrinking within your brain into your third eye, becoming smaller and smaller. This is the energy field of your consciousness shrinking from the human level of existence to the microcosm. And you're having the sensation of your body expanding around you, that on conscious level, on energy level, you are shrinking towards your third eye, becoming smaller and smaller, shrinking into your brain, where you can see your head like a huge dome and all the neural structure of your brain like a hologram. And flashes of light, a bit here and a bit there, which are the neurons transmitting electrostatical energy, determining your thought patterns. While you are shrinking towards that crystal pyramid, becoming smaller and smaller, until now, you are like a spark of bright white light in the center of your third eye, the size of a tiny cell. Look around now. Observe the structure of your mind, of your brain, of your head. And now look downwards where you can see the spinal cord. And you can see your heart beating. Your heart is calling you now. Feel attracted to go towards your heart. And as a bright white spark of light, you are leaving the third eye, the crystal pyramid, and you are traveling down the spinal cord. And you are entering your heart, your beating heart. And now you are in the very center of your heart, where you can see the walls of your heart expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting, addressing all the blood cells into their correspective directions. What a beautiful scenery. And suddenly, one blood cell stops in front of you. It's as if it is calling you. And as this bright white spark of light now, you are traveling towards the blood cell, becoming smaller than the cell itself, entering the blood cell, going through the membrane of the blood cell, its structure, going towards the nucleus of the cell, which is becoming bigger and bigger, huge, massive, like an entire world, made of so many strings of protein. And now you're traveling towards the strings of protein. And the strings are becoming bigger and bigger, wider and wider as you're becoming smaller and smaller. And going beyond the protein, you see mitochondrial capsules containing strings of DNA. And you're becoming smaller and smaller, traveling towards the DNA. The DNA is calling you. Stay focused on a section of the DNA. It's becoming bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger. This is the journey to understand that you are the infinite encased in infinite spaces. And the section of the DNA is made of so many millions and trillions of tiny spheres that creates its spiral shape. And those tiny spheres are called genes. And one gene is calling you amongst all these millions of genes, and you are traveling towards one gene, which is becoming bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, at an incredible speed, as huge as a planet made of so many other tiny little spheres, millions of spheres called molecules. And now your journey is going beyond the material realm, because beyond the molecules, there is the energy realm. And now you are going towards one molecule amongst millions of molecules that together creates a gene. And that molecule is becoming bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, huge, massive. It is a sphere, and it looks like a whole entire universe containing the quantum field. And you're going beyond the last membrane of the material realm, and you are in an infinite ocean of energy. Waves and waves of energy, rainbow light everywhere, clashing like energy waves, gravity waves. And throughout this infinite ocean of rainbow light, wavy light, millions and trillions of sparks of light that are atoms traveling in all directions, creating sacred geometrical patterns as they travel, the merkaba. And now let's follow a subatomical particle. It is calling you. And now you are traveling towards this atom, which is becoming bigger and bigger. And you can see all its orbitals, which is a cloud of neutrons and protons and electrons. And you are going beyond that cloud and you are entering the atom. And in the very heart of the atom, a bright white spark of light, the divine singularity, the heart of all of creation, the heart of the soul, the origins of everything, the supreme energy of love and peace that many call God, Allah, Manitou, Goddess. But let's simply call it the divine singularity, your authentic self. And now you are entering this light. You are becoming one with this bright white light, the infinite within the infinite, light within the light. And now, instead of being in the very heart of an atom, you are in the very heart of the universe, meditating at the very center of creation, in this bright white light, where beyond this bright white light, infinite galaxies and stars and nebulae expanding, manifesting from the light and expanding in such an empirical way, light years of distances, and you are in the center of all of this, infinite within the infinite. And now, for a while you won't hear my guidance. Learn to contemplate in silence, in your authentic self. Learn to meditate and contemplate in silence in your authentic power of being, divine singularity, infinite within the infinite. In this instance of eternity, called the eternal here and now. And feel how your gentle breathing is the breathing of the infinite itself, the breathing of all of creation, the breath of life. And now, it is time to become a fragment of the infinite light of love and peace, to see how things are, to understand who you are. Now you're a fragment of this light, leaving the heart of the universe, the divine singularity, on universal and multiversal level. And you're traveling throughout the universe, throughout the stars and the galaxy, reaching the spiral-shaped Milky Way, a whirlpool of millions and trillions of stars. And in the very heart of the Milky Way, you see the same bright white light. You are everywhere, in any space, in any time. And now you're traveling through the star field of the Milky Way, approaching the solar system, seeing the sun, the planets, the blue planet Earth, and at incredible speed, you are approaching Earth and slowing down. And now you're traveling into the atmosphere, and you're hovering above the place where you live as a spark of bright white, fragment of infinite, divine singularity. And slowly, slowly, you're going through the roof of your home, the ceiling, and you see yourself from above, meditating where this journey has begun. Understand that you have gone within yourself, and within yourself, you have found the infinite light of love and peace. You have found out that you are this divine singularity, which is also the heart of all the universe, the infinite greatness of your soul. And now from above you are seeing yourself meditating where the journey has begun. Your crown chakra is opening up, becoming a funnel of light of rainbow colors. And you are going through your crown chakra, through your head, and you're ending up in your third eye again, in the very center of the pyramid of crystal, pyramid. You see all your body around, your brain, and your consciousness, this beautiful spark of bright white light, which is you, is starting to expand, expand, expand throughout your head, beyond the third eye. The energy field of your consciousness from divine singularity is going back to its human level of existence, expanding throughout your body, where you can feel all your physical structure, the weight, gravity, your arms, your legs. You are back into your here and now, in your body, in the physical state of your consciousness. You feel totally regenerated after this experience. And you have learned something new, something important. And contemplate for a while in silence. Give yourself time to feel your body again, and the presence of the room around you. As the music disappears, keep your eyes closed and I will help you to ground yourselves with some shaman music, okay? And my throat chanting. So keep your eyes closed. Feel the energy of Mother Earth vortexing under your feet and rising throughout your body. Because after an experience like this, it is necessary to do some grounding with shaman work. And now take 5 deep breaths after this Mongolian throat chanting. Move the fingers of your hands and the toes of your feet. And after the 5th breath, you can open your eyes with a beautiful, beautiful smile on your face. And welcome back into the here and now. Is everyone back? Yes. I want to be sure that everyone is back before ending the evening. Okay. Is everyone back? Drink some water. It's very important to drink some water, okay? After this type of experience as well, because water helps as well, okay? Okay, very good, very good, very good. Now, before saying goodbye, I would like to share, let's say, the dates of the workshop, okay? And I've lost the slide and the costs, okay? In the meantime, if anyone would like to share their experience, that's fine, okay? While I'm getting the slides ready again, because I lost them, okay? So, one moment. Okay, here they are. Found them.
Can I ask something?
Yes, of course. Go ahead.
I would like to know if in this experience, you know, I was so relaxed, but I had like some clouds, you know, interference. So I know that I could see something, but always it was that clouds. So I don't know if we supposed to see our brain, whatever it was there, or is it okay for this stage? I mean,
it's okay for this stage, because remember that when we live our spirituality and we go through certain experiences, we shouldn't concentrate too much on seeing, but we should search for our own personal experience. So that means not being too harsh with yourself, not having expectations, but being open to whatever will occur through the experience, okay?
Okay.
So, you know,
but
it's
we
subjective.
We end up seeing this,
yes.
All this?
In time, yes, of course. But
okay.
The best thing is just to relax, chill. It's like going into a lake of hot water, okay?
No,
Relax
but
and receive whatever comes from the universe, okay?
it
And
was
of course,
so relaxing.
very good,
Really.
very good.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, now, before saying goodbye, I would like to share the dates and the pricing of T.Q.R. Can you all see? Okay. And level 1 starts here. Level 1 is 4th and 5th June. Okay. The weekend of 4th and 5th June, Friday and Saturday. Level 2 is 11th and 12th June. Level 3 is 18th and 19th of June. And level 4 is 25th and 26th of June. It is practically a month of intense work, okay? And of course, there are the pricings here. Level 1 is 1,250 dirhams. Level 2 is 1,450. Level 3 is 1,800. And level 4 is 2,400. But if you enroll for 2 levels, you have 10% discount. If you enroll for 3 levels, you have 15% discount. Illuminations has forgot the discount of the 4 levels, but if you enroll for 4 levels, you will have certainly a higher discount. I have to talk to them about this, okay? Okay, a higher discount for all the 4 levels, okay? Anyway, this is the technical part, the more commercial part, okay? The more down-to-ground part, which rightfully has to be shared. And of course, if you feel ready for this method, if you really feel the calling strong, this is a silver train, this is a golden and silver train that I highly recommend not to lose, okay? Because I'm not always in Dubai. I come in Dubai not very oftenly. So this is a moment where I'm coming to teach the levels, and I hope to see some of you, or I hope to see all of you, who knows, okay? And it will be a really, really great experience. And each one of you are a blessing, of course, okay? And what can I say now? Thank you for the participation of this webinar. And
Thank you so much.
Goodbye and take care, everyone, okay? Take care, everyone, and have a great life and blessings. So many, many blessings from the heavens and from the gods.
Same to you, same to you. God bless you.
Goodbye. And thank you for attending this webinar.
Thank you.